Today's topic, how to manifest by practicing emotions. Yes, today I want to invite you to practice with me. This is not an episode where I talk about something and I want you to listen to me. This is an episode where I talk about something and I want you to practice with me. Because today I want to show you with very specific questions how you can practice emotions. Always remember, you don't receive from the universe what you want. You receive from the universe who or what you already are. It's all about becoming a vibrational match to what you want. That's also why I included the Vibrational Rocket Meditation and the Vibrational Reality Shift program as 2 free bonuses if you decide to invest in my 11 Days to Manifestation Mastery program. And that's also why I dedicated one module in the 11 Days to Manifestation Mastery program to your emotions and your emotional state and how you can use and control and shift your emotions and your emotional state. And that's also why I decided to create this episode for you right now. And I invite you to practice with me while listening to it. Just try to create these emotions. What I'm going to do right now is to ask you certain questions about what it would feel like to feel a certain emotion. And while I ask you this question, I invite you to feel this emotion. I invite you to create these images in your mind. I invite you to feel how it feels like. And maybe I'm going to ask you questions that are already true for you when it comes to your life. For example, when I ask you the question about your relationship, maybe you are already in a fulfilling relationship. Then create this feeling. But what if you are single? What if you're not in a relationship right now? Then try to create the feeling. One of the biggest misconceptions of mankind, of humankind, of all people out there is that we need a certain external stimulus in order to feel a certain way. For example, it's a sunny day outside and you think to yourself, oh yeah, today's a sunny day, today I'm gonna feel amazing. And then the next day it's raining and it's cold and you think to yourself, or let's better say you feel, it's a rainy day, it's not really beautiful, today's bad. And that's what most people do. We respond to our external environment. And I don't say that I'm perfect. I don't say that I don't have any knee-jerk reactions. Of course I do. But the question, as Dr. Joe Dispenza always says, is how long will you react? It's not about whether or not you react. Even Dr. Joe Dispenza says in so many of his interviews that he's reacting all the time. But it depends on how long you do it. And it also depends on how good you are at creating these emotions. And yes, that's something that I want you to really understand before I dive into these questions. You can create emotions out of thin air. You can. Nobody's stopping you. If I ask you right now, what would it feel like to be financially free? And that's the first question I have to ask you. Or, sorry, not I have to ask you. I want to ask you. What would it feel like to be financially free? Try to create this emotion. Don't think with your head right now. Don't think, maybe it would feel okay, but maybe I think I have to, but I don't really have money right now. Don't even go there. Instead, listen to your heart. Connect with your heart and ask yourself, what would it feel like to be financially free? And then imagine, what would you do? How would you spend your money? Who would you talk to? What kind of car would you drive? What kind of house would you live in? Or maybe you want to live in a penthouse. For example, I prefer apartments over houses, but hey, that's totally up to you. Wherever you want to live, create the images and create the emotions. What would it feel like to be financially free? Take this moment right now and ask yourself, hey, what would it feel like if I was financially free? What would it feel like if I had X amount of dollars in my bank account? And maybe for you, depending on where you live, it's $1 million. Maybe it's $500,000. Create the emotion right now. Come on, do it with me. Or at least try to do it with me. I know that you can do it. I know it. Even if you just feel really, really good and powerful for 1 second, that's already an accomplishment. Because tomorrow, if you practice again, it will be 2 seconds and then 3 seconds and so on. So what would it feel like to be financially free? Feel these emotions right now. And you might also want to ask yourself, what would it feel like to be in a loving relationship? What would it feel like to be loved? What would it feel like to have somebody who adores you, who admires you, who wants to be with you, who wants to cuddle you all the time, who wants to snuggle up to you, who wants to be close to you? What would it feel like to kiss this person? How would the lips of this person taste? What would it feel like to be really close to this person? What would it feel like to smell this person? Just try to create this smell right now. Imagine it, feel it. What would it feel like to be in a loving relationship? What would it feel like to come home after work and somebody's waiting for you with a smile on their face? And then what would it feel like before you go to bed to turn around and to say, I love you, and to cuddle and to hug this person and to kiss this person and to maybe also do other things? I mean, you can be now as creative as you want. What would it feel like to be in a loving relationship? And the more you create this feeling, the more you become a vibrational match to what you want. It's all about creating the emotion right now, and then as a result, receiving the manifestation from the universe. It's all about feeling it right now. And the more you feel it, the more amazing you feel, the more powerful you feel, the more in love you feel, the easier it will be for you to manifest what you want. That's why I ask you again, what would it feel like to be in a loving relationship? What would it feel like to be loved and to love? And what would it feel like to have complete freedom? What would it feel like to have the freedom to live wherever you want, to travel wherever you want, to go wherever you want, to decide for yourself how you want to live your life? What would it feel like? And I mean, right now I'm actually smiling while recording this for you, because for me, freedom is one of the most powerful emotions. And I love to always live in different countries, and I love to explore different cultures. I love to have the freedom to go wherever I want. And that's why I ask you, what would it feel like to have the freedom to be and to do and to live wherever you want, whoever you want, whatever you want? What would it feel like? And maybe you don't even want to travel anywhere. Maybe you don't want to live in a different country. That's also okay. What does freedom mean for you? For me, it means traveling wherever I want and living wherever I want. For you, it might be something completely different. Still try to create these emotions. And if you want to have the freedom and the power to manifest your dreams in just 11 days from now, then you might want to click on the first link in the description or go to affirmationtomanifestation.com/11 days and invest in my 11 Days to Manifestation Mastery program. And you don't just get the Vibration Rocket Meditation and the Vibration Reality Shift as a bonus, you also get 3 other amazing bonuses, and you get 11 modules with more than 15 hours of audio material, with practical exercises, with coaching lessons, and with hypnosis that will help you to become a powerful, deliberate creator who has the freedom to create his or her reality. And this leads me to the next question. What would it feel like to be happy? Just think about it. What would it feel like to be happy? Even though right now you might struggle in life because your trauma is holding you back or because you are depressed. But just imagine, what would it feel like to be happy? And maybe it has been a very long time since you felt happiness. And that's also why I decided to ask these questions in a more neutral way. Because if I would ask you, how would it feel for you to be happy? Then your ego, or let's say sometimes even your subconscious mind, your conscious mind, not your subconscious mind, but your conscious mind will block this thought and block this emotion. But if I ask you, what would it feel like to be happy? Don't even think about your own happiness. Just try to create the emotion. What would it feel like in general for any person around the world, not just you? What would happiness feel like? Try to create this emotion. In my experience, and also from my experience of coaching so many amazing deliberate creators, it's easier to practice these feelings when we don't have this strong personal connection to the question, because otherwise we might block it immediately and say, hey, I haven't felt this happy in a long time. How can I feel it? Remember, you can create emotions out of thin air. You have this power. And if you don't believe that you have this power, and if you don't believe in your power as a deliberate creator, then you can click on the second link in the description and find out more about Skype coaching with me. And on my Skype coaching page, you can also have a look at so many testimonials from amazing deliberate creators who decided to work with me, and then you can decide for yourself if you also want to work with me. And now you can decide for yourself what it would feel like to wake up excited in the morning. What would it feel like to wake up excited in the morning? That's a great question you can ask yourself in the morning when you wake up. Imagine you wake up and you're a little bit sleepy and a little bit tired and you go, oh God, no, another day at the office. Instead of going there, you turn your steering wheel into the other direction and you say, what would it feel like to wake up excited in the morning? How would I feel like if I was excited? And then create the emotion. And the next question, a very important and very powerful question. What would it feel like to be grateful? Gratitude is the ultimate state of receivership. Yes, I had to mention it again, as always, but it's so important. At some point, I want you to wake up in the middle of the night and say, gratitude is the ultimate state of receivership. Gratitude is the ultimate state of receivership, because then you get it. And what would it feel like to be grateful? Even if you have the feeling right now that you can't be grateful for anything in your life, don't even look for certain things to be grateful for. Just imagine and just ask yourself, what would it feel like to be grateful? How would gratitude feel like? And when you're then in this emotion, then because gratitude is the ultimate state of receivership, you will have an easy time to manifest what you want. And that's also why I dedicated one module of my 11 Days to Manifestation Mastery program to the ultimate state of receivership, how you can create it and how you can use it to manifest your dreams. And the last question I have for you today, what would it feel like to love yourself unconditionally? What would it feel like? What would it feel like to love yourself, to fully and completely accept and love yourself, to love yourself unconditionally? What would that feel like? And if you create this emotion, then you will become love. And as a result, with your vibration, you will manifest love and you will manifest even more amazing things that make you fall in love with life. And if you want to work with me on that, like I said before, you can click on the second link in the description and inquire for your first Skype coaching session with me. And if you enjoyed watching this video, please send out some love to the YouTube universe by giving this video a big thumbs up. And I would also appreciate it if you would leave a comment in the comment section below and let me know what you think about my video. And don't forget to subscribe to my channel and to click on the notification bell so that you get notified whenever I release a new video for you.